Okay, hi there everybody. Time to answer your comments. So we're going to start with Slow Sunset Vibes. A bit off topic, albeit. That's a very nice piece of English. I'm praying for Ukraine. If you are residing there right now, please get somewhere safe and know that people around the globe are praying for you. It sucks that we are callously re-experiencing the worst. This should be a T, the worst. You need a superlative. The worst in history. People don't learn. I never liked these hierarchical positions, you know. It's unfathomable how someone can hold so much power. And then Olena says thank you. And Akshat says, hello, I just realized that you are from Ukraine. Hope everything is fine. Everything goes well. And then Olena says, hello, thank you for your kind words. And I say I'm also very glad to see that Olena is okay. And Olena says to me, thank you very much. Yes, I'm okay. I've been worried about you for the past couple of days. I'm still worried about Count Beauty as well, because I haven't seen anything from him in the last maybe 24, 48 hours, and he's normally quite a regular supplier of comments. So I'm really glad Olena's okay. To me, this seems like the worst of imperialism. The British are not innocent of making empires either. It's very sad. I'm really sad for the people who've died, the people who are injured, the people who've been pushed out of their homes, the people who've had to flee. It's really horrible. It's just unfair. Yeah. There's always a bully around the corner. That's the problem. So good luck to everybody in the Ukraine. Yeah. Stay safe if you can. Okay, so let me continue. Patricia, would you like some more coffee? Yes, please. Anything you have to offer. Do you have any money? No. I'm ever so sorry. We need the dough to get our hands on the monnets. The tramp, to me. Do you have some money? Oh no. You are really outrageously cheeky. I'm broke and broken-hearted. And if I did, you wouldn't be getting any, because you'd spend it in the bistro. Anything is better than the sound of silence. Okay, this is about some and any. Yeah? And this is about using, so, do you have any money? Do you have some money? Let's see. If I say, do you have some money? I'm expecting the answer yes. And we can use some in questions when you're expecting the answer yes. So, would you like some more coffee? Yes, please. I'm certain you would like some more. Do you have any money? This is a real question, yes or no. No, I'm ever so sorry. And then this bit with the tramp to me. The tramp says, do you have some money? Because he's pushing for you to say yes. Okay, well done. You've understood that very clearly, Patricia. Emma, this is about the word ignoramus. Incorrect. Ignoramus means, well, ignoramos means we do not know. No one knows. We are all wise indeed when we know that we do not know. Yes, I quite agree with you, Emma. I think you'll probably find at the end of this I say ignoramus comes from Latin, we do not know. But the usage, and ignoramus in English is somebody who is very uneducated. They don't know even basic things that they should know. So, Akshat, hello sir, which of them is correct? I feel sorry for the people who died across both countries. I feel sorry for people across both countries who died. Okay. I'm much happier with this second one. I feel sorry for people across both countries who died. Yeah, because your problem um, is this uh, people across both countries or who died across both countries. Here, putting this after, yeah, implies that across both countries, um, it, it refers to the died. So maybe somebody died on the border across both countries. It's less good. Whereas here, people across both countries, it's clear this across both countries is talking about the people in different countries who died. Okay, and that's why. Yeah, you need to put this after the thing that you're trying to refer it to. Okay, so let's see. Hunter, hi there, Hunter. Can can the hell you say be used like this? Example: I won the lottery. The hell you say? Well, let's see. If one person says, A says, I won the lottery, and the other says, the hell you say? Yeah, I'm saying, I don't believe you. I don't believe that's true. Yeah, the hell you say you won the lottery? Yeah, I just don't believe it. Yeah, um, but as one, I won the lottery. The hell you say? No, this doesn't work like this, Hunter. Okay, and to put on ice, to postpone something, to keep it for later. Yeah, to put on ice, literally, to refrigerate. So you put your food in the fridge to keep it for later. And that's the idea of put something on ice. But let's put this project on ice. Let's stop where it is and let's keep it for a later date. Yeah, so to put something on ice, to stop doing it now and be able to start with it and do it restart again at a later date. So thank you, Hunter. And camel tube, essence, nub, crux, pith, gist, staple. Well done. In fact, outstanding, Alex. Thank you. Noted in a post. I was looking for crux, but what you played out was more than I could have hoped for, brother. And I fully agree with your explanations also. The road you walked us down to do it. Proper steps. Imo. Okay. Yeah, the crux is the center of the matter, the cross, where it actually meets in the center. Okay, to elaborate my interest is that I'm saying God creator source, whatever name one chooses to use. God is the crux, full stop. Okay, agree or disagree? Disagree, please give me another possible crux. I think you're getting the gist of what I'm on about, yeah. And please don't waste space-time in the Darwin story if you're going to reply. Hello from US Florida. Godspeed, always forward. Okay, thank you for your opinions, Carmel Tube. And so Mohammed Omar, yes, because we've got at least two, if not three Mohammeds who comment regularly. How great and awful you are, my teacher. And Patricia says, awesome, not awful, dear friend. I love that, dear friend, afterwards. It's very nice, very polite. And Mohammed Omar says, yes, because awful means very bad, yeah, or a bit rude. He's so awful, but he's so funny. Yeah? Okay, definitely awful. Thank you, both of you. And let's continue. I love hearing your voice and your pronunciation of English. Thank you, Mohammed. How wonderful you are, my great teacher. Thank you. Ooh, I love you, my teacher. Thank you, Mohammed. Awesome. Thank you. And now we've got some music. I have to admit, there are quite a few of these. I've only listened to two of them. I'll tell you when we get to them. Lacking energy, lassitude, knackered. I'll try and listen to the rest of these later. Okay, yes, this one I definitely listened to. I'm sure that you will listen to this beautiful song, which is more than 50 years old, sincerely, and will comment on it. I thank you very much, my dear teacher. So this one I did listen to. I quite like these large orchestras with Egyptian music. I was surprised to see an electric guitar being used in the orchestra. It's quite a nice piece of music. And again, the singing starts, but it takes a while for the singing to start. The other thing I liked about this, it was quite a long video, and I could play it in the background while I was doing other things, and that's how I like to play them. Okay, we've got more bits. I'll try and listen to them. Antonio Marin Vargas. I love how deep you go into explaining all the different meanings, uses of the word swath, swathe. I recently came across the idiom to cut a wide swathe and wanted to ask if this is a common idiom that you are familiar with. Yeah, most certainly I know it. If so, what exactly does it mean and how would you use it? Thank you so much, Alex, for all the help. Okay, well, with this to cut a wide swathe, I have the idea of somebody cutting grass or cutting corn with a scythe. A scythe is this long thing with a curved handle. I'm pretty sure I got a video on scythe. And each time the person moves the scythe through the corn or through the wheat or through the grass, he cuts out a big strip. Yeah, and this is the origin of this phrase, to cut a wide swathe, because you can only cut as far as you can reach. Yeah, and this swathe is probably about 2 meters, something like that. That's the real meaning. So you see somebody with a scythe cutting through a field, but we use this figuratively to cover a lot of things, to have a significant effect on as well. So I guess the variety of topics I cover in this channel cut a wide swathe through the learning of English. Yeah. This new policy has affected or has cut a wide swathe through our society. It's affected a lot of people. Yeah, and this is the idea of to cut a wide swathe, is to have a lot of influence on many people or on many sectors. Okay, yeah, for example, lockdown has cut a wide swathe through our society. For some companies it's been very good, for others it hasn't, but it's affected a very large range of people, and that's the idea, Antonio. Okay, so this Israeli girls dancing, Mohammed Omar. I played this one as well. This one I've seen. These are girls belly dancing. The girl's very pretty. But this one you actually showed me before, and more for me to watch later. So Mohammed reminds me of the combination as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs, but they're totally different. I'm just talking about the structure of both of them. Yes, as dull as ditch water, as something, as clear as mud, yeah, as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. This as construction, as some, so he's as happy as a child, yeah, it's as clear as a bell, yeah, it's as clear as mud, as dead as a dodo, as honest as the day is long. There are hundreds of these. I've got a playlist with a lot of these as well, Mohammed. So, when it comes to any videos out of English on YouTube, I watch it briskly. So, out of, no, about English. Yeah? So, when it comes to any videos, these are plural, I watch them briskly. So, when it comes to any videos about English on YouTube, I watch them briskly. Good, brisk, quickly, immediately. Mohammed. He was so conservative, circumspect concerning the risks and even if he rolled the dice, it's going to be a calculated risk, which is less severe. So he was so conservative or circumspect, I would say, concerning risks. And even if he rolled the dice, it was a calculated risk, which is less severe. Okay, Static Blaster, 8 and 8 are homonyms. In fact, Zoom, an American educational kids TV show in the 90s, had segments about homonyms. You can find clips and segments on the show on YouTube. If you're curious, search Zoom homonyms. Yeah, homonyms are things that give native speakers trouble, particularly with the spelling sometimes. Okay, and Antonio Marin Vargas. Example, after eating a huge piece of pie, my hunger finally petered out. That's very good. That works fine. I've been buying things like there's no tomorrow. Good English. And I dug myself into a hole. My money totally petered out, and I'm going to have to get a job. Good English. Well done, Antonio. Oh no, this old coffee maker isn't working anymore. I guess it just petered out on me. Yes, that's fine. And Antonio Marin Vargas. Never heard this word before. Het up. To get nervous. Ooh, to get upset. No need to get het up about it. But I love it. Is this phrasal adjective het up still used nowadays? Is it considered old-fashioned? That's a really good question. To me, it sounds great. It sounds fine. I would like opinions about if people still use it. It might sound a little bit old-fashioned, but I'm certain you could use this. Look, there's no need to get het up. Okay? So, Rantas. Most of the weather forecasts are based on mere extrapolation. So I would just say most weather forecasts without the of the. Yes, to extrapolate. You look what's happened in the past, you look what's happening now, and you just project that into the future. And that's the idea, Rantas. And Julie Jagnoon. Oh my God, I've been looking for the meaning of this idiom in so many dictionaries, and now with you I understood it right away with the chip plate example. Thank you so much. To have a chip on her shoulder, yeah, to have an inferiority complex, to feel worse than inferior to other people. Okay. So, and Julie Jagnoon again. Brilliant example at the end when you said, as an English learner, you don't have to have a chip on your shoulder. Oh my God, you're such an intelligent professor. I'm just a teacher, not a professor, but thank you, Julie. Yeah? Okay, yeah, you shouldn't, you're a learner, therefore don't have a chip on your shoulder about your English. Think about if the person you're speaking to actually speaks a foreign language. If they're English, if they're British, 98% probable that they don't. So, Andrew Vernon. So a kangaroo court is basically another term for a mock trial. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, to show that they're guilty. Thanks for the explanation. Yeah, it's a mock trial. It's a good definition. Okay. Here, it will always be because of you, teacher. Okay, I think it's probably referring to the ones before. Okay, dearest teacher, is there a difference between pandemic and epidemic? I'm sure there's a difference. I think a pandemic, pan, everywhere. Whereas epidemic, I think an epidemic breaks out in a certain place. So there could be an epidemic of dengue fever in a certain place. But a pandemic is when this spreads all over the world. So I think a pandemic is like an epidemic, but in everywhere. Whereas I think an epidemic can be localized. Yeah? I think epi's got the idea of it within a place. Yeah? I think inside. I can't remember the Greek meaning of epi, but it's definitely a Greek word. Okay, Louise. Yes. balance is the answer to this one. Life is a balancing act. Don't get wiped out today. Okay, so I like your use of wiped out, because you can wipe out when surfing, or don't get wiped out, don't get destroyed. Okay, so Nora Mandur again. Sorry, I forgot to mention your name earlier. Dearest teacher, I passed the CELTA interview exam with flying colours. I'm not surprised. I will start off the lectures on Monday, 4th May. May I send you the exam I passed? Please do. Let's see, Nora. From the quality of the comments that you've been writing for me, and having read your many parts of your dissertation, if you can write that clearly, your English is way easily good enough for the CELTA. Yeah, you're going to find the CELTA really easy. Yeah, and I'm certain you're going to pass the whole thing with flying colours. It's going to be very good for you. It's going to make you much more employable as an English teacher. Good, well done. Have fun doing it. So, Nora, doing presentations and attending public speaking sessions will militate in your favour eventually, since you will get practised more and more on surmounting your shyness. I would probably say you will get more and more practised on surmounting your shyness. Yes, it can be very difficult. The first time I went into class, I felt a little bit intimidated, but now I go into class, I know it's going to be all right, and I know I'm going to do it very well. But it comes with experience. Okay, Prabhat says, thank you for subtle. Thank you, Prabhat. And Nora Mandur again. Just being a woman in the Elizabethan era will have to militate against her chances of equality, autonomy, and recognition of her talents. So, Elizabethan era. This is so 1600. Yeah, but this is in the past. So just being a woman in the Elizabethan era, I would not with the will have to, I would just say militated against her chances of equality, autonomy, and recognition of her talents. So just be careful with your tenses, okay? But that's fine. And Suv, it says, I love you, nigger. Okay, this word nigger, I'd be very careful with it. I know you're being loving and saying thank you, but let's see. I know that the rappers use this word, but use this word in the wrong context and you could get into trouble. Yeah, because it's easily understood as a racist word. I'm not upset, but be careful with it, okay? And let's see. JP Dynabook, I like that. I was shaken to the core yesterday because Russia started an invasion of Ukraine. Yes, I was shaken to the core because Russia started an invasion of Ukraine. And then Beam Me Up Mr. Scott says, the UN has been creating a political vacuum ever since it cut off water to the Crimean Peninsula. They left like a month ago. Notice how your media didn't tell you that gas prices are about to double. I'm absolutely certain of it. I was thinking, at least it's the end of February and the worst of winter is over. Yeah? I was shaken to the core by it as well. Yeah, my thoughts are with the people in Ukraine. Gas prices are going to go up massively because Russia is where all this gas comes from. Yeah, all the gas we're using. They'll probably go more than double. Nora Mandor. Rectifying your mistakes from time to time will militate you later on to be the epitome of perfection. Okay, it won't militate you, it will militate for you. It will militate in your favour later on. To be the epitome of perfection. Yeah, rectifying your mistakes. I don't think any of us, unfortunately, are going to be the epitome of perfection, Nora. Certainly not me. Okay, I wish I could pronounce your name. Crunchy, I answered. I answered try, but I discovered it is not the core word. Yeah, it's not fry. Sorry, fry. It's not fry. The core word is crunch. Yeah, crunch. So well done. First correct answer. And she'd. Homonym. Range, scale, range to line up. Yes. Heteronym. Bow. Sorry, to bow. To bow, to bow. Bow, a weapon. Homophone. Paint, pint. No, these two aren't actually homophones. Because they sound slightly different. Yeah, paint, pint. Paint, pint. And heterophone, thee and thee. Okay, good worksheet. Thank you. Beam me up, Mr. Scott. Babies are weak. They can't even do a single push-up, press-ups. They can bench press practically nothing, but can scream pretty loud due to having decent core strength. Okay, I would add here due to their having or due to them having. Okay, thank you, Mr. Scott. And the pear is rotten to the core. This is Rizgar. The regime is rotten to the core. The system is rotten to the core. Okay, I love your collocations with rotten to the core. These are very good. And Williams Doncord. Okay. The meaning of bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is red tape. It's official things that you have to comply with. Applying for licenses. Getting the paperwork right. Yeah, the world, I think, is becoming a bureaucratic nightmare. Yeah, so it comes from this word bureau, which means an office in French. So yeah, the bureaucracy is the things that you have to do to be okay with the administration, and this is the problem with bureaucracy. Okay, and Okay, so Static Blaster says the first one, because the preposition should come before the object in the sentence. In other words, he looked after. In other words, the sentence should read, he looked after her. He let her down. He let down her doesn't exist. Yeah, it's the first one, left or right. Left or right, no, it depends on the context. I guess what I said isn't accurate. I don't know what the technical rules are, but what sounds right to me, since I'm fluent, I'm a fluent and native English speaker. Okay, this question, this poll is about the difference between separable and inseparable phrasal verbs. So, I look after her. I look after my mother. The phrasal verb to look after is inseparable. I can't say I look my mother after. I can't say I look her after. I look at him, but I look him at. Okay, now, most phrasal verbs are separable. Separable means that you can put your object pronoun between your phrasal verb and your particle. Blah, blah, blah. Let's have this in easy terms, Alex. Okay, let's find a nice simple phrasal verb. Yeah. So, to go off, to become rotten. No, but that one's intransitive. The meat went off, full stop. Or I went off it. That's another inseparable one. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Let's try something. So, okay. To work out. yeah, to work out the answer to something. This is a nice separable example. So, can you work it out? Can you work the answer out? Can you work out the answer? But can you work out it? No. Can you work it out? Okay, so as separable phrasal verbs, and nearly all phrasal verbs are separable, when you use an object pronoun, him, her, me, it, us, etc., it needs to go between the verb and the particle. Work it out. Yeah? Can you work it out? Yeah? Did the situation work out? Okay? So in this, when they're separable, you really want to try and put the noun, but sometimes the noun can go after with separable phrasal verbs. But if it's an object pronoun, it has to go between the two. Yeah? But notice, nearly all phrasal verbs follow that form. However, there are some which follow the inseparable form. Yeah? I look after her, and it's got to go at the end. Now, a quick and dirty rule: all phrasal verbs with two particles are inseparable. The object must go afterwards. So if it's got two, so it came down to the wire. Yeah, I got down to hard work. I got down to it. So all phrasal verbs with two particles, it must go after. You can't put anything in between them. I bet somebody's going to find an example. So what I would suggest is try to make a list of the phrasal verbs that are inseparable. Like this, these some examples here. I looked after her. Okay? So good luck with these. And sir, please, I'm getting confused. Okay, I've explained this twice now. All you need to do is click this link and look at it, Nadine. Okay, Ginty. A preponderance of evidence seems to incriminate his involvement in the heinous crime. Incriminate his involvement. I would prefer to incriminate him. I think normally the object of to incriminate, you incriminate a person. Yeah? Seems to incriminate him of being involved in the heinous crime. Incriminate a person, okay? I like this word heinous. Howbeit, he has not been summoned for interrogation yet. As they say, the rich get away with with blue murder by dint of their power and pelf. Okay, yes, I quite like this word pelf as well. Okay, to get away with blue murder is a great phrase. So, incriminate somebody. And Francisca Cray, in someone's good books. Thank you, teacher. Well, you're definitely in my good books for commenting. And Nitu, when your emotions are hurt, one feels deep pain in all four chambers of the heart. When hunger is not sated, one feels affected deep down to the core. Great English, Nitu. Good, well done. And Manji says, love this. Thank you, Manji, I agree. And Nitu says, glad you do. Good. Okay, Jennifer Delgata, or Delgala. So, welcome. Great to have you as a new subscriber. Sanction. We can't dispense with your videos. Thank you, Fran. Good morning. Great to have you, Fran. Thank you for your kind words as well. People killing innocents are rotten to the core. Yes, let's see, there's nothing wrong with this, although I think it might sound better. People that kill innocents are rotten to the core, because here this are is a present simple, and it's talking more like a state. So, Jai Banks, the answer is crunchy. Absolutely, Jai, well done. And Ooh, so wow, this one's quite long. So, Manji, hi Manji, great to have you. I will always be grateful to the people from the core of my heart who succored me when things went wrong. Thank you. Okay, so I want to read the next comment. Nitu's liked your sentence. Didn't know to succor was also a verb. Yes, it is, and she's used it very nicely. To succor, to give help to someone. It's a very good use. So I will always be grateful. Let's see, to the people from the core of my heart. Let's see. You want to put this near the grateful. I will always be grateful from the core of my heart to the people who succored me when things went wrong. Okay, because this grateful from the core of my heart, it's talking about the grateful. To the people, these people, this is referring to who succored me. So it's much better if these two bits are the other way round. Yeah, so succor, that's great. So Manji says, to be honest, Nitu, even I'm not sure about it. Awaiting Sir's correction. No, it's absolutely fine. Please continue using to succor as a verb. And then Nitu says, haha, we're on the same page. Even I'm not sure about my example sentence. Never mind, let's write whatever comes to mind and wherever our inspiration takes us. I quite agree with you, Nitu. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, because very often you learn new things. If you make a mistake, you learn what you've done wrong, but very often you find new things you can use without any problem. So both of you, to succor, perfect. Here, and Manji says, that's the privilege of being a member of the I Swear English community. Well, thank you both for being so. And Nitu says, we're in accord. So, Maria Mikkonen, I use it like that. Okay, the use of being. But some say it's not okay. I know the grammar, so it is okay. Jeannie said no. This is a big relief. I do know the grammar like nothing. Very good indeed. How to use being in English, yes. That being said, very definitely. Okay, thank you, Maria. So, being, yes, great news, thank you. My pleasure. And, okay. Abhishek Mishra, hello, sir. It will be helpful for us, or at least for me, if you can make a video on this topic. There are many phrasal verbs with this word look, and it's always been a pain in the neck to grasp them correctly. It's very confusing. You've always helped me, and here I am stuck again. Okay, Abhishek, I put a link to a video about this subject, but it's to do with separable and inseparable phrasal verbs. I look after her. I look at her. These are inseparable phrasal verbs. Yeah. I got down to work. I got down to it. This is another separable verb because it's got inseparable verb because it's got two particles. And with this, the object always has to go afterwards. Most phrasal verbs, however, are inseparable. So let's try another one. So let's see. I'm really bad with examples today. Let me find a good one. Okay. Yes. Think up. So I need to think up a solution. I need to think a solution up. I need to think it up. Separable. Not I need to think up it. So this, when with the separable ones, you need the object pronoun between the verb and a single particle. If it's two particles, it's inseparable. Most phrasal verbs follow this pattern. But the inseparable ones, you just have to learn them. Why is a really mean question by me. I don't think there is a good answer to why. Yeah, they're just like that. Manji. Hi there, Manji. Great to have you. I try to be in control of my speech and action, lest I should hurt someone's feelings. Time comes when all of us are bound to be in the control of destiny. Okay, so in the control of. I think here you need a the. The time comes, or the time will come, when all of us are bound to be in the control of destiny. Okay, yes, I try to be in control of my speech. Good work, Manji. So, Maria Mikkonen, mendacious, from French, I guess. Yes, mentir. Thank you. Saddened to be coerced to backing up from what is me. Saddened to be coerced to backing up from what is me. I don't get this comment. It doesn't matter though. So yes, from French, but it's originally from Latin, mendax. Yeah? Okay. And Adam ZS. Being a pacifist is their core value. I think being a pacifist should be everybody's core value. So, Manji again. Sometimes it's judicious to face the problems. Here. So this problem with an and the, Manji, it's a real problem for people whose first language is Hindi. Well, also Eastern European, Japanese, Chinese. There are various nationalities who don't have the. Yeah. So sometimes it's judicious to face problems, generally, steadfastly, because the specific problems, which specific ones, rather than keep them at bay, because they may rear their ugly heads again. I like this use of rear their ugly heads. Yes, very definitely, to face problems steadfastly rather than keep them at bay. Very good, Manji. And Louise Stats. Number 1 would read better. He looked at or for her afterwards. Yes. Huh. Okay. And so Patricia, hi there Patricia, crunch, very definitely. When it comes to the crunch, you have to pluck up all your courage and try your hand at Russian roulette. Ooh, that's a bit strong for my taste, Russian roulette. So, crunch, well, maybe we're all playing Russian roulette at the moment in Europe. So, Dommy, well done. Crunch is the answer. And number 1 is incorrect, because look after is a phrasal verb that can't be separated. Yes. And that's about all the explanation you can give, Dommy. Great. And Chris. I struggle in Western Australia as a result of the Parliament's reaction to the coronavirus these last 2 years. I confess to feeling both restless and restive. Okay. One might call it a mental malaise. I've been thinking about making a video on that word malaise. Amongst the collateral damage done by 2 years of mishandling are growing numbers of school children with mental illness. Even if they have been unsettled, I wonder what follows restlessness and restiveness. A padded cell, perhaps. Okay, I like this phrase, a padded cell, means you've gone totally crazy. Thank you for commenting, Chris. Okay, you've been watching my stuff for a long time. Thank you, Chris. And Katya says crunchy, and happy Friday, my teacher. Happy Friday to you as well, Katya. And Akshat. When she comes downstairs to leave for her job, she notices there is a huge truck. It is blocking the entrance and there is no driver. She tries calling the driver, but no dice. The day is going to be a special one, as she's going to be meeting her boss. She comes up with an idea to make it outside. She climbs up the truck, through its cabin, and jumps off its back. But while doing so, she breaks her leg and ends up in, no article, hospital. You could say in a hospital, and you could say the hospital. Ha! So you're going to then ask me why. Okay, in a hospital, one of the hospitals available. In the hospital, the specific local hospital near where she lives. No article. In hospital, a general concept, yeah, saying he's in hospital, he's ill, yeah, okay, in hospital is like a state in this case, okay, so they're all valid. That's what makes it so difficult, Akshat. I think it's for the wrong answer. Sorry, Katia, no. This is a difficult question about separable and inseparable phrasal verbs. The answer is number 1. So the phrasal verb is look after someone and not look someone after. Exactly. Thank you, Sonia Mayrink. And prodigal is the opposite of frugal. Yeah, that works, Mohammed. And Patricia, the first one. Okay, because it's an afterthought, in the aftermath, or in the crunchy situation. Maybe it should read as Lady L says he looked after her, or he looked at her afterwards. But as is the case of male hindsight, it becomes you see, this also suggests about looking at women's bottoms. Male hindsight, I love it. It becomes he looked her after, or even he looked over her shoulder to catch a furtive, fleeting, fretful glimpse of the aftermath, the spoils of war. I don't know. Oh, now I know grammar was the straitjacket the guy was ensconced in. So he lost his bearings. He got lost, but not the word which comes before bearings, and therefore he looked her. He looked her after. Logical. Much obliged. Okay, thank you, Patricia. Yes, definitely. Mohammed. After Russia threw a bomb on some places in Ukraine, the fire took a certain time till it was put out, but it's still smouldering. Yeah, to smoulder. And Ronan, hi there, Ronan, laughing stock, great. Yeah, and sturdy, Ronan says great as well. And John Wolf Sarkle, maybe. So it is wrong, because if you put that in a complete sentence, I do not think it will sound right. Plus in America, I do not think we say that, or at least in Ohio we don't. You're absolutely right, Jonathan. Okay, let me just refresh this and answer the ones that have come in since I started. Okay, yes, because I've probably been going 40 minutes or so, maybe even a bit more. Okay, so we've got more. And she'd. My way of decoding the derivative of a function with exponent is to dive deep into its inner core, separating the inner part from the outer. Then it's kind of easy to resolve. Wow. So I think you're pretty good at maths. Yeah? So decoding, deciphering, working out the derivative. My way of calculating, I would say. Yeah, because you're talking about differentiating. Yeah? Okay, so thank you, Sheed. Mohammed. You are the real fully fledged in English. You know the ins and outs of it all. So you are really fully fledged in English. You know the ins and outs of it all. I'm probably more than fully fledged. I'm probably an old dinosaur by nowadays. Fully fledged means that you've passed your training and now you are fully capable to do something. A fledgling is a bird that climbs out of the nest and starts to fly. And when a baby bird starts flying, then it's fully fledged. It's got its feathers. Mohammed, as the saying goes, you feel reluctant before doing a certain thing. Do not do it, ever. If it's the right thing you would have done it without a hint of hesitation. Okay, so if when you feel reluctant before doing a certain thing, do not do it ever. Because if it's the right thing, you would have done it without a hint of hesitation. That's very good. That's very good. I like it. Well done. And against all odds, beautiful, says Emad. So thank you for watching. Many thanks. I like the colours on your thing. And Jacques Vernier. So, the European Union. Okay, for many weeks we had been worried that Ukraine would be doomed to be invaded by the Russian troops, and it eventually happened. What a pity. Yes, so my heart goes out to everyone in the Ukraine. I'm glad Olena's okay, and I would like to know that Count Beauty's okay as well. Because both of you have been very staunch supporters of my channel for a long time. Yes, and I consider you as friends. So that's it for this session. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.